I know this happened a while ago, but the Nuggets Blazers Game 5 was a classic that was necessary to break down. So what really happened? I want to first talk about some of the interactions between players and coaches. So at the free throw line, you can see Dame say, "Norm, skip for me." And then Monte Morris notices it and tells Porter, "Skip, skip." Now I'm not really sure what this means, so if anyone that knows more than me can explain that, it would be greatly appreciated. I assume it's about the next play since Dame and Norm are both in the action. They switch to pick and roll and the ball skips to the other side where Porter takes a jumper over Dame. But I'm not really sure what's going on, so I'd love if someone could point this out. A couple possessions later, Mike Malone calls for step 5 up. And so the Nuggets clear the right side for Jokic and swing the ball to the left side to help get a better matchup for each player. For example, here Gordon gets a much better matchup with Powell. They try to run a dribble handoff with Rivers, but Covington does a pretty good job cutting it off, and the play gets broken up. But even with that, Covington is now forced to guard the ball, which is something he's not great at, and he fouls Rivers in the process. In the third quarter, the Nuggets call out,
and therefore now Ennis, you don't have to help at all. So now you don't have.
Jokic tells Rivers to move to the opposite corner so that they can flow into a dribble handoff and get the matchups they want. The ball swings back to Morris and he uses Jokic's screen to blow by CJ for the and one. In both of these, you're going to notice the Nuggets use dribble handoffs to help get the matchups they want so that even if a play breaks down, they're still getting an advantage. In the third quarter, Yusuf Nurkic picked up his fourth foul early, which forced Canner into the game. And as Canner comes in, the Nuggets clear the right side for Jokic to attack, and he fake spins to the left before going baseline and he gets fouled. Stotts calls Canner and says, "Ennis, you have to show go or have to show away." And Canner tells his teammates to come help me. If you look back at this possession, Canner plays Jokic straight up, which essentially allows Jokic to go either direction, and Stotts is telling Canner you have to force him in a specific direction. And on the next possession down, you can see that Canner is letting Jokic go middle, and CJ is right there to help, which forces Jokic to turn, and he misses. In the fourth, you can see Morris talking to Porter, most likely about how the next possession down is coming to him. Malone notices it and tells Morris, "Make sure you are on path, or make sure you're on the pass, either one." Regardless, the Nuggets were discussing the next play they were going to run, and you can hear the play call.
In these playoffs
and on the possession, Millsap, who's the 5, is sending the screen for Porter, who's the 3, and he airballs the shot. So on to the actual game. Damian Lillard started getting hot in the second half, especially from 3. In the third quarter, the Blazers would clear out the left side and allow him to ISO the Nuggets guards. In the fourth quarter, he was taking advantage of Jokic and Porter. Here, Porter thinks the screen is coming to the right, but Powell flips it at the last moment and Lillard gets a wide open 3. And on this next one, Jokic drops way too far and Lillard takes the screen and hits another 3, and this is how the Blazers were able to stay in the game. With Nurkic out of the game, the Nuggets allowed Jokic to post up and make decisions based off how the Blazers played him, which meant some sort of doubling due to the mismatches. Now in the timeout, you can see Porter asking Jokic, "Hey, you mean by ball?" And Jokic nods and motions to come to him. So what they're essentially talking about is when Jokic is double and how he wants Porter to come to the ball sign on the court. On the next possession down, we don't get to see this since Covington anticipates the pass and gets the steal. But a couple possessions later, you could see Jokic get doubled. Rivers comes to the ball sign, which gives Jokic space to throw it to Morris on the other side of the court, and he gets rewarded back with a layup. And earlier in the fourth, the Blazers tried digging at Jokic, which means help but not double. You can see CJ come into the middle to help, and Jokic delivers a great pass to the corner for a Rivers triple. Which leads us to the final 20 seconds of the game. After a Dame steal, CJ hits a 3 to make it a 1-point game, and after some free throws, you can see Lillard tell Powell something along the lines of, "I want to try and get matched up on," and then tells Powell to come. So at this point, Porter is not on the floor yet, which means Dame is most likely telling Powell to get rid of Rivers. And as the play develops, Powell doesn't even look to get the ball and holds Rivers, which forces Porter on him, and you know the rest.
Lillard on a 3, and he hits!
Oh my goodness.
Damian Lillard, the late game assassin!
In overtime, the Nuggets jumped out to a big lead because of Jokic and his teammates making big-time shots. On the first possession, Canner is playing him middle with CJ helping, and Morris floats to the corner and makes the Blazers pay. Next possession down, the Blazers tell CJ to go under the screen and Morris makes him pay for going under. They had been going under all game to force Morris to shoot, and notice here how the Blazers went over, which allowed Morris to get right to the cup. He has been great in his 3 years in Denver and is probably one of the most underrated players in this league. So with Jokic in the post, the Blazers yell, and watch how the Blazers are all around the paint to help on any Jokic drive. Since Covington's eyes are on Jokic, he throws it to Rivers in the corner and he knocks down another 3 to put the Nuggets up 9. But with Lillard, you will always have a chance. Here, the Nuggets don't trap Lillard, which leaves Jokic on an island with him, and Lillard knocks down a deep 3. And after CJ goes over the screen, Morris blows an easy layup at the rim, which gives the Blazers life. As Lillard comes down, he goes left where he likes it, steps back, and drills another 3 in Rivers' face. And in the timeout, Mike Malone says, "One stop, guys, man the fuck up," which makes it apparent that the Nuggets were intending to not foul. So Morris goes to the line where he's a 79% free throw shooter and he misses the second free throw, which opens the door, and you know the rest.
Here he comes again. Lillard steps back, fires, bangs it in again.
Oh my goodness.
In the second overtime, the Nuggets run a really nice play where they have Gordon in the high post and Jokic setting a screen for Morris going to the rim. This forces Kanter to help on the cut, which gets Jokic open and he knocks down the 3. And with the game tied, the Blazers decided to trap Jokic, but his ability to hold his ground and read the defense instead of trying to get out of the double team is imperative. And here, Gordon cuts, which freezes Covington, and delivers a great pass to the corner for the Porter 3. There are very few big men that can do this, and that's why Jokic is the MVP this year. Now, even with great execution, the Nuggets did get lucky. They finally decide to trap Lillard, and Melo gets past Jokic before passing it out to the corner, but if he kept going, he would have gotten a layup or at least fouled. On the next possession, the Nuggets ice and trap Lillard, which opens up a Covington cut, but he misses the dunk. And of course, we know what happens here. CJ steps out of bounds and officially seals the game for the Nuggets, but hopefully you guys got a glimpse of how the Nuggets were still able to actually execute for 58 minutes and give themselves a chance on a night that will be remembered by Lillard hitting a record 12 threes and people wanting him to get out of Portland. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be on vacation next week, but I'll do my best to still put a video out. Until then, see you guys next time. Peace.